I feel like I'm like teaching like a high school class right now.
Hello, teacher. Hello, teacher.
Hello, Mr. Wojcik.
How's everyone doing today?
Hi, I'm Ned Wojcik. My pronouns are he, him. I joined MESH my freshman year, which was MESH's first year as a club. I started out as a regular club member, just kind of going to meetings and workshops. Ended up modeling for the first show because I didn't know how to sew yet. Came back to design for the second show, and then the third year I became the creative director and set design co-lead. And then senior year I was vice president and creative director. That was this past year.
So we're going to go through a few things today. We're going to introduce the board, which I feel like we do so many times, but starting off.
Hello, my name is Amy. I'm the president of MESH. I use pronouns she, they. I'm a senior in informatics and art, or interdisciplinary visual arts. This is my fourth year in MESH. I was part of the founding team, and this is also my third year as president. It's about time for me to leave, but this is also my first year where I'm not designing for the fashion show, but I think it's a really great opportunity for me to kind of just take a back seat and see everything on the organizing side, and it's really just exciting for me to see all the younger designers create and just make really cool things. We're gonna do a fun little activity on guess the theme of the fashion show. So can someone remind me what the expo was? Decepticon. Wow. Have more confidence?
No, never. Louder.
Decepticon.
And there's no. Okay.
I forgot the word.
Oh! Prismatic.
That's my name for it.
Yeah. Okay, raise your hand if you want to play charades. It's okay, guys.
We're not going to tell you what the theme means yet. I mean, it's a word, you guys can kind of guess, but like, what does it mean to you? What is what do you think prismatic means?
Pragmatic.
Prismatic.
Prismatic, when we started talking about it, I was thinking of it more from the perspective of mirrors, and that was kind of a big concept in regards to it. And then it kind of merged more into prisms and light, and that kind of really became the direction visually. And I think that was really interesting to me as sort of a prompt or a lens to view people's collections with, thinking of it kind of like the white light going into a prism and being split into its component lights. I liked to think of a lot of people's collection as them kind of putting their identity or like their feelings or their ideas that were very particular to them into this sort of collection that it could then be split up into these different looks that kind of make up what they were trying to convey. And I thought that was really interesting, kind of splitting yourself into these looks for all your different models.
Look at how beautiful this sandwich was. Look at that bacon, that egg, that provolone cheese on that sourdough that's toasted in butter. And then as soon as I took a bite, it squirted all over my table and my fucking jeans. Do you see this? Do you see this? My Acne Studio jeans, do you see this fucking shit?
Are we having a mog off right now?
Put that away. Put that down. Put that down.
Me and Amy's son love each other.
I thought you said you were gonna kill her.
I said we were gonna.
Rashid said he's gonna publicly execute me at the fashion show. Wait, this is
Joke.
no, it's not.
The fashion show is in 2 days at the Quad.
And I'm getting a
graduation on March 30th.
And we're gonna publicly execute Amy's son at the end of it.
This is the start of Rashid's evil murder plan for me, to assassinate me.
So who do you think won the mug off? Let me know in the comments below.
You don't have sleeves, so I don't need to lengthen your arms. I need to like practice doing that like rapping on myself first. I'm probably just gonna have to do that day of the show.
Hi, I'm Carmen Tran. I'm in Mesh. I'm a model this year for the 2025 show. I'm modeling for Ned, and I'm really excited. Ned is the entire reason I'm in Mesh. He showed me his designs, and I was very inspired, and he's one of my really good friends, and I thought it would be really cool to model for him, and so that's why I'm here.
Are you guys still on that rave idea?
Rave idea? Oh my god.
Wait, what rave?
It wasn't.
I'm not a raver. I attend raves.
I'm doing like second grade level math with a calculator right now. I just divided 36 by 6.
I don't know my nines, so I did 9 times 8. And then I went off the exam, and then I let my friend borrow my calculator, and she was like, why'd you need 9 times 5? And I was
9
like,
times 5.
I don't know. But it's like the stressful conditions. You're under pressure.
The ruler I was using starts at 1 and it does not start at 0. So thankfully I only used that for like a couple measurements that weren't that important, so I was able to tweak them. But I think I did the length of this with that. No, okay, I did it right here. Thank God. Yeah, I don't know why anyone in their right mind would design a ruler like this. I just learned what that's called. That's the armhole. I don't know if you can even read my handwriting. Size? Something like that. Clearly I know what I'm doing. I should be doing this like a makeup tutorial person. Like, got this product. We're using scissors. Scissors by Stainless China. There's no brand on these. That's crazy. I was in the documentary last year a bit because me and Tam were just always in the mill and the art building till the wee hours of the night in the morning. Right now, I was just working on my skirt for Carmen. So it's kind of this like pleated plaid panel situation. So I was just patterning one of the 6 panels. So I'm gonna copy that 6 times, and then there's these kind of narrow strips in between that get pleated together. Hopefully it fits. Kind of hate doing stuff like that because if there's like slight measurement off, it gets multiplied by 6, and then you end up with something that's either way too big or way too small, but fingers crossed. Okay. I was definitely gonna be pants before, but then I changed Carmen's skirt to be this sort of like, let me sketch of it. Like sort of like pleated panel situation.
Yeah, cool.
I kind of wanted to like repeat that with it.
My name is Tara. I'm a psychology major here at UW. I really wanted to join Mesh because I saw a lot of my friends in it, and I feel like it's like such a cool place to like bolster your like artistic sense, to like promote the work of like artists, work on like confidence and stuff. It's been such a cool experience so far, and I really wanted a model just to like make like a space for myself, feel confident, like yeah, just make myself seen. We haven't like gotten a chance to really get to know each other much, but I've seen like a lot of his work and super cool. I'm really lucky to be working with him.
It's really funny me as my model and then talking to Rashid.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're like a proud mother. I'm so glad you're working with Tara.
That's cute.
I think she's gonna be wonderful.
My #1 fan. Yeah, he was so happy when I told him I like wanted to do all this. He helped me with the like sending in the like form to apply and stuff.
The level of recruitment that Rashid is responsible for is really fun.
He definitely spreads the word.
I definitely was on top of it last year. I made sure everyone who knew me knew that I was recruiting models, and everyone got sent those posts and those graphics being like, hey, you should apply to model or design. So I was really on top of it. And obviously it worked for Tara, and I'm really happy she modeled and she got to model for a collection like Ned's, which she was so in love with. And you know, it was just a very fulfilling thing to see my experience last year happen again to someone else.
I'm sure and the dress, like the bodycon part of it, I'm using the knitting machine.
Okay, that was awesome.
Half a pair of pants.
It's like I refuse, sorry. Gotta get into the full process, you know? And that involves having no shoes.
Hi, I'm Felix. I'm a designer. Here's my stuff, very colorful. The three of my looks they're like all jumbled over here, but like I have a rainbow squid, a chameleon, and a raccoon. And they're all like animals that have like really specific evolution patterns to like allow them to have a specific type of camouflage, which I like find really interesting. I think the like freedom to be super weird and like just, I don't know. I think like it's okay to like have someone look at you and think what you're doing is weird as long as you're like happy doing it and you're not harming anyone. Like it really doesn't matter.
I'm so happy I got like everyone I want.
I'm Simon. I use he, him pronouns. I am a 4th year. I joined MESH 2 years ago now. Currently, I am the Vice President and Workshop Director. For the show, I was a designer. My collection was Floral Love Letter. It opened the show. It was crazy. And I was also the set design lead, one of them.
I think I was a little ambitious with my collection. I also have this other piece that is still a work in progress. This is going to be on top of some pants I'm working on, but I still need to embroider like everything that's not green. And this has taken me around 60 hours alone. And I've low-key been like having some friends. My friends and family are like, oh, so who's joining Simon's Sweatshop? Because I just have to help me embroider or sew shit. But hey, they volunteered after I peer pressured them a little bit.
But
I'm gonna be like watching this YouTube video while you talk.
okay.
I don't know how to thread the bobbin on this machine.
I guess like understand like the fashion at the time.
Mhm.
We watched this movie called Riso Amaro, which is like bitter rice, which is like 4 thicker things.
No, it's because it's like I've never used a serger before. It's like specifically for doing this thing.
Oh.
Which is basically just one of the
God,
like
I see.
kind of like easier ways to like finish a raw edge without having to like line it or whatever.
It looks great.
When you were saying like, oh my god, that was like crazy. Cause I first of all just didn't think when someone says like I need help, I'm like all right. But serger, I thought it was like a more. This is silly, but I thought you literally just meant like it's a real serger.
Set the lever on R or no. What lever? Trigger it out. Okay, what if I gave up and I went back to cutting fabric for now?
This is like.
What am I doing? A lot of my sewing process is like figuring shit out as I go, and I thought that I could just do that with the serger, but it's witchcraft. I don't know what goes on in there. Totally fine until anything goes wrong, and I had to give up.
Why does this like fit you perfectly? This should be your board look. The all white board look.
Hey, look, it makes you look snatched. Like,
Simon is snatched.
oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I mean, did you see a waist?
Look, I'm glad that worked out. I want it to be kind of like little boxy on the shoulders, but then like, yeah, I think once I take in the back, this will fit how I want it to, because it's a little like, it looks good in the front, but then it's kind of like, it sticks out in the back, which isn't like terrible, but yeah. Okay. Yay.
First fitting is really exciting. I've never done a fitting before, so this was really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's gonna go well. Everything fit perfectly. Sorta, the armholes were a little bit tight, but I think everything else can be fixed. So I'm really excited, and I think it's gonna go well. Yeah.
Every time we have a board meeting and someone's like, I'm at the door, someone is gonna take those keys and they'll be playing around with this shit, and then during the entire meeting, it's gonna be clickety clackety all the time.
Clickety clackety.
Good to go once we're done?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You did your check-in with Ned, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great, cool. Bye. Thanks for coming. I'm mic'd up. Oh. They're like hella busy.
Inappropriate workplace relations. Wait, no. Power imbalance.
I thought you were the one who's married to. I know. What? Right now.
What did you do? This is crazy. Were you guys like?
Well, I look like a zombie more like.
That's not true.
I feel like it went pretty well today. I wasn't here this weekend, and it feels like I missed like 10 years. Like, I don't know, I come back and suddenly I'm like, oh my god, I missed everyone so much. I was gone for literally like 3-4 days, but I missed like our board meeting where we talked about a lot of stuff, and then I missed like our tour. But today I feel like has gone really well, and I'm really happy with the way that we like set up this show season. I feel like everyone's really excited to work with each other, and like everyone's like really, like the energy is, it's not like previous shows have not been like this, but like I definitely feel like there's a more of a sense of like everyone is in this together this time than like, oh, I'm a designer, I'm like rushing to get things done on my own, but like everyone is like kind of like making friends with each other outside of like their collections, and like it's chill, it's social, and I would love to credit that for my use of Partiful in these fittings, because they used to be like on campus. But anyways, yeah, I feel like you went pretty well today, so excited for the next one.
So I'm so glad that it worked out.
This color is so nice.
I dyed them. That's just the black Rit dye. So if you ever want anything that color, black Rit dye. It was like raw canvas. You can see it was a little scrunched up in some bits. That's what the whole thing was. It's like, yeah, like raw canvas.
It's monster.
Yeah, exactly. That is the first pair of pants I've ever made that are not too small. I busted the crotch open the 2 pants ago. The last pants I made, I had to add a gusset. I'm so happy. I feel good. I didn't know how to feel about Amy's idea to have the fittings in here, but it was actually really fun. It was really nice to kind of like walk around. It felt a little less sterile than the hub. The pants fit perfectly. The alterations I have to make to Carmen's top are so minimal, so I'm really happy. I just need to get on Tara's stuff now. And then Ovia's stuff once they're back in the States, but I'm really excited. Yay! Okay. We are on seam 13 of 14 on this skirt. I'll show it to you in a second, but it's like these panels of like really, really sturdy upholstery fabric and then like the most delicate sheer ever, which is really cool conceptually and is so fun until you have to sew it. I'm going a little bit insane here, but so close to being done with it. What? Okay, no, I think we're good. No! This is what I'm talking about. This has happened so many times on this. This fabric is beautiful, but it is so fragile, which I did not realize. I'm losing my mind here, but it'll all be worth it if this skirt fits Tara on Saturday. Fingers crossed.
Yes, I actually FaceTimed.
Our glorious president. No. No. What if I killed myself? Wait. No! Oh, fuck. I was right the first time. What? I think my life would be so much easier if I double-checked things more. That's like... I've lost so much time in my life from not double-checking things.
Was that the last seam?
The last seam on that side. I still have the other two. But, I mean... I'm gonna sew this one on correctly while the other one's still on the wrong way to make sure I don't do it the wrong way again. Wait, no, I can't do that. Okay. No, I have to take them all off. Status update. The outer body of the jacket is together now. The inner lining, I just spent like 2 hours doing, which it should not have taken, but the inner lining is together now. So I just have to kind of repattern the sleeves based on the adjustments I made, and then cut out the sleeves, make those, and then add this fabric in for the like slash marks. Trying to get all that done before the fitting on Saturday so that Chloe can try it on. I think it'll fit because it fits me almost, and I'm bigger than her, so fingers crossed. Calling it a night. We're finally putting the lining and the jacket together. 40 minutes to get this done. I'm just kind of roughly sewing some of these parts together. And then everything's gonna get covered up with like the cuffs and the waistbands. I'm just gonna kind of pin these pieces in here and then chalk in the claw marks on the top. Then hit it with the top stitch for cutting out the claw marks. And then I can do this bottom cuff to like cover up all those raw edges. I might not finish before the fitting starts. Looks like shit now, but it'll make sense once it's cut out. I don't have to get too close to the stitching because I'm gonna distress it later so that all of this kind of extra edge gets all frayed and cool looking instead of just being some like random extra fabric. Shitty for now, but trust the process. 20 minutes. Lord. Doesn't matter how much I think I've planned or scheduled things out, I'm always working till the last second. It's always something I forget, girl. Why are you doing that? Why are you nesting? There's no need for that. This is not a difficult stitch to be doing. there's something, I think sewing machines have a sort of sentience, and they know when you're stressed out, and they know that that is the time that they need to malfunction. I haven't had any caffeine today, and I don't even feel sleepy. I think the anxiety is keeping me energized. I don't remember exactly how much sleep I got that night, but it could not have been more than 2 hours. The world felt like a bit of a blur. So once it's like together, this will, oh, did I sew this down? Stupid. The waistband will be about like 2 inches, so where is it kind of naturally resting right now? Like there? Yeah, like but it would go a little bit higher. French seam this, add the collar, buttons, buttonholes, etc., etc. It's definitely oversized on her, but that was kind of intentional, so I'm happy with that. I don't think I need to really alter the fit at all. So I think I can make most of these like changes or alterations or next steps pretty quickly, because I have to get Carmen's skirt done ideally by like Tuesday evening. Fingers crossed. This jacket is like kind of a lot of my first time getting something correct. I've never done sleeves properly. I've never gotten the body of a top to look right the first try. I always have to like alter it. I've never done a like drop shoulder like that successfully until now. It's all about delicately keeping everything in line. Because you get it all pinned together, and then you start sewing, it stretches, you pull out a pin, suddenly shit's not lined up and you realize you've only been sewing one side. Or you've been sewing both of them, but they're not lined up how you want them. And then you have to seam rip everything. I'm a very impatient person, so I've been learning to be patient with sewing, because every time I'm impatient or like I rush when I'm sewing something, I always fuck it up. I've never like succeeded in sewing in a rush. Actually, that's not true. I sewed that fly on those pants pretty well in a rush, but see, I was saying all that and I fucked up. I like sewed over this flap, so now I have to seam rip.
It's giving, where's your grippy socks?
Crazy statement. I'm really glad this fabric held up after all the seam ripping. Sometimes with more delicate fabrics like this, you can like rip it when you're trying to seam rip it. That might just be a me problem because I get impatient. Bobbin was not threaded. The fabric that I need to cut this out of is actually back in the art building, so I have to go run and grab that real quick. I'll be fast though. Damn. I do not run track anymore. I'm fucking out of breath. The sleeve is Simon approved, so I'm gonna put on the other one. Do you guys want to talk shit about a kill straight to the camera?
Straight into the
Of course, we fucking hate a kill, by the way.
We've been waiting 2 hours.
We've been waiting 2 hours for it and he fucking ditched us.
This is the part we're working on now. It was gonna be this like brown fabric I had, but then I found this and it's so gorgeous. So really kind of bullshit, like just cutting flaps. You're talking about yaoi? Zoom in on this shit. That's crazy. Is that yours, pal? Wait, you made that? I don't even know if I like this stitching, but. Sometimes it's like easy to get lost in the fabric, like that I lose track of like what things are supposed to look like, if that makes sense. Like this fabric is so pretty that I kind of want to keep it pristine just out of like respect for it, but then and like I want to make something that's like, you know, just a clean, beautiful garment, and then I remember that like I'm doing something inspired by Frankenstein, so I kind of have to fuck it up. From the outside looking in, it might feel like the designers in a show as big as the Mesh show kind of have everything figured out, and that's really intimidating to beginner designers. But I hope that seeing this documentary shows that even the upperclassmen and the people who've designed for the show multiple times, like myself, make a lot of mistakes and often don't know what we're doing. And I hope that that really puts it into perspective for a lot of beginner designers, to show that you don't have to have it figured out. You just have to go for it.
I feel like
You gotta go up to it and like
You have to be like,
say a little more.
oh guys, this is our ASMR video.
Wait.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay. Also,
Hi, this is the Mesh meeting. It's everyone's eating right now. Everyone's very hungry. This is Jelena. I'm Rashid.
I'm Jelena.
That is true. Tam is right next to me. We're gonna start the meeting now. Amy's getting mad.
Can we start?
Oh. We're gonna be tired. I literally like passed out on my couch after the show last year.
Shoes on.
No, I slept in bed the night before with shoes on. No, not shoes on, but like fully clothed. Outdoor clothes. Because I have a bad problem with like waking up when I'm sleep deprived, and I was really worried I'd like not wake up until like 1 or 2, like whatever. So I slept like perpendicular on my bed, like on top of the covers, with like jeans on, with like
So you could just like leave.
Because it wasn't so that I could like leave quickly, it was just so that I wouldn't get fully comfortable.
Can we do like a who can get the most sleep before like the week leading up to the show?
Oh my god, yeah, like
Can we
when
do
we
that? Like
what's it called?
every
The
day you
morning
have to
one.
every day everyone has to report how many hours left.
So I thought I was gonna win, but no. Jelena won. Jelena sleeps like 12 hours a night. Simon lost because he just never sleeps and he is always sewing.
So when we first started this, I think I knew I was gonna win because I knew I was gonna get the most amount of sleep, and I made it my mission to win. So goodbye, Simon.
Okay, that felt personal, and sleep is, it's whatever. Like, if I'm gonna like school, sewing, you know, sleep, I'll trade off sleep. I'm not trying to flunk out, but I'm also trying to sew something, so sleep is optional.
Well, you can't say that.
Yeah,
I can actually.
What is it?
It's just how it's just what? I'm looking at gloves.
It's a gun.
For your send-off at the end of the fashion show, we're all gonna shoot you.
Oh!
This is the third time you've threatened to kill Amy.
This is my third death threat. Like,
Is that not a crime?
like my third death threat from Rashid.
Jeez.
Oh,
Could Rashid not go to jail for that?
Oh. Yes.
Well,
You can actually in complete honesty, I don't remember saying that, and you know, it could be AI, and it really could be just like a deep fake, but if I did say that, which I don't think I did, clearly, again, she's still here, so like, it was all jokes and it was all humor, you know? I would never ever want to hurt Amy's son in any capacity.
Miku! I was like, why is that color so familiar? It's Miku!
Oh my god. Aaron and I saw so many Mikus at soccer. Yeah, there were so many.
SakuraCon?
Yeah.
Oh
The Japanese actually call these flowers the sakuras.
I might have to.
No!
Are you okay if I print this out and frame it?
Wait.
That's gotta stay in somebody's office forever.
That's a really good photo.
Because I ironed it on the highest heat and it didn't melt or burn. So it's not synthetic, but it's also not like...
Can touch a fabric and knows what fabric it is.
Who? Oh, Ovia said if you touch this fabric, you'll know what it is. I got this fabric... I got this fabric at Seattle Recreative and I don't know what it's made of. I like the sheer part sleeve. I ironed it on the highest setting and it didn't melt or burn.
I think
like on the iron.
It's just really good.
Wool?
Wool. I think it's wool.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Wool doesn't burn.
Yeah.
At all. Like it's fire. Wool is fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it might be wool if it didn't burn.
That's crazy. Really? What is your beef with Amy Sharma? What is your beef with Amy?
I don't have beef. Why would you say that? I don't have beef with Amy Sharma-san. I love Amy-san. Mind you.
Mind you, I think Rashida's trying to cover up for when they find my body.
I think it's really sad that Amy doesn't believe that my love for her is true, because I really think it stands the test of time and that we are going to like reincarnate for millennia to come being like beautiful friends and maybe even lovers in some capacity. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. Amy, if she wants to doubt me, she can do that, but at the end of the day, like I'm on this board and she's retired. So, love you.
Sew it down or something, but I was envisioning it down. But it also looks cute up, but I kind of like the contrast with the darker.
That's awesome.
Recreative. Goodwill. Ah, I'm so glad it fits you now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Does the skirt like fit now?
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay.
It definitely feels a lot more secure. I
Okay.
don't feel like I have to like hold it. I'm like.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Super light. What?
Your nails. Wait, those are gonna be perfect.
I haven't
Are
got
they-
them done. I need to get them done again.
Oh, you're gonna get them changed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this weekend, because they're
Those-
like about to come out.
They look so cool though.
Yeah, I had to glue these parts on.
They look deadly, I'm upset. Everything fit. I might be goated. I still have to sew so many fucking buttons though. So I'm gonna be sewing buttons tonight and possibly tomorrow morning. But everything fit, so I'm really happy about that. That takes a lot of stress off. So I don't have to worry about altering stuff last minute. I'm excited for the dress rehearsal tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot, it's gonna be time consuming, but dress rehearsals are pretty fun, so.
This is like a captain right here. This one's right here.
I guess you wouldn't be shooting scents out, but you'd be shooting.
Sleep while on the mission. Like, I have a time lapse, and you can literally see my head like bobbing up and down.
Oh my god.
So I gotta sleep. I'm gonna put in like 30 minutes.
You need to like not wake up tomorrow. Like just sleep through till Monday.
I'm not done with the collection.
You're not done?
No.
Bro.
I'm supposed to be sleeping tonight or tomorrow. Or Monday. And then I have to make the board fit. And then
Me
I
too,
have
me too.
a midterm on Friday. I'm so ready.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I'm very bad at multitasking, and when I'm locked in, I become very oblivious to whatever's happening around me. But Tam was having a good time.
Okay, does every collection have their formation figured out? Yeah. Do you have it? Do you guys have it? For threes, the point is in the back, so the design. Oh wait, actually no. Never mind. I didn't say that. Never mind. Don't worry. Okay, ready? Thank you.
I think my favorite thing about Mesh is just how welcoming it is. I feel like in a lot of other spaces on campus, it's really hard to find your community. And when I went to my first, I think it was a general info meeting, winter quarter, first year, I remember feeling like very welcomed, and the atmosphere was super inviting for someone that didn't have a community yet and was still looking for that. And I think Mesh also encourages the silliness and just like being yourself unapologetically.
Yay! I'm so excited. Oh my god, and the boots! I didn't even realize. Wow, the boots look so perfect with it. Holy shit.
Yay, the stompers!
The stompers, the big stompers. But there's basically like, there's like a theater stage, and you'll walk from backstage, pose here, go down the stairs, pose, go off.
I'm like obsessed with it. The distressing really adds to it.
Yeah, the claw marks looked really corny until I did that. They looked like really stupid, but now they look better. Yeah, I'm like, I was initially, these stripes were gonna be like this on the shirt, and then I realized in all my sketches it looked like a marching band uniform.
Oh my god, marching band uniform.
They're gonna like walk out with it. And then like, it's supposed to be like more in the back, I think. And then like, and like kind of drag it behind them the whole time.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So Catholic of
We need to get you on stilts. And so, because Chloe's my height normally. Her shoes are just crazy.
Wish I could shut my Playboy mouth. How'd I turn my shirt inside out? Control your poison, babe. Roses are thorns, they say. And we're all getting hoes tonight. What's going on the floor? I love this record, baby, but I can't see straight anymore. Keep it cool. What's the name of this club? I can't remember, but it's alright. Just dance, gonna be okay. Gotta do just dance. And that record, babe. Gotta do just dance. Gonna be okay. Just dance.
This has been one of the smoothest dress rehearsals I've been through ever. Like, we used to do dress rehearsals with editorials on the same day, and that was like a total mess. But this time, all we had to do was like get models in their clothes and get them here. And like the most stressful part was maybe just like showing them the runway because it's a little complicated. But it was literally like we were only off schedule for like 5 minutes, and like last year we were like an hour off. So that's great, and it's great to feel like we're ready for that. But yeah, it's like, it's coming together. Like I feel like very, very proud of all the designers that like had their like full collections. It was like beautiful to see and to like witness, and all the models are really excited. So it's going great, yay.
I'm really happy with how everything fits on my models. I have to make like 2 small adjustments still to the waistband on Chloe's pants and to Ovia's top, but everything fits. It's just like a little bit loose. Really excited for the show. It's so cool seeing it all come together. Like my collection, but also just everybody's, like starting to see like full looks and like shoes and whatever. So successful dress rehearsal.
Should we use the block at all?
Yeah. Oh. We have 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes. Yeah. Bounce only. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Wait, I'm gonna try the draping thing. Okay. So, wait, do your arms how you had them before.
Oh my god, you're a mummy! How the fuck did I just put that together?
Bride of Frankenstein, actually.
Oh. My bad.
Yeah, get it right. Okay, I don't know how that looks from the front. You guys are so awesome. Abby, you're so fucking awesome. Your direction was really awesome.
Congrats on your collection.
Okay, and we're gonna get to take even more with the concept shoot, and that's when I think we're gonna get to do the duos, because I do really want to get yeah. You guys all ate. That was really fucking awesome.
Oh my god! That's insane!
That's wild. Wow.
Alice, you really outdid yourself. Thank you. So awesome.
Alice, you're crazy.
Thank you. Damn.
Simon, this look is also just like absurd.
I feel like I'm breathing.
Whoa. I really love this dress that Simon made for me because it reminded me of I feel like dresses from the Hunger Games. And so I really loved how extravagant it was, even my claw clip and the nails, everything matched up together. It was super cool and I was just honestly speechless.
Okay, I love her. She's my precious baby, but low-key she's a little traumatic baby. she's my really pretty, really problematic child. I had so many issues with her, so when I saw it actually fit, I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. Let's forget about all the problems.
Just did editorials, everybody's so awesome. Look at Carmen. Carmen's awesome. Really happy with how editorials went. And we got done on time, even though we started 5 minutes late. Yay!
Okay, well, hey. Sorry. Hey, it's show day.
You don't sound very hyped.
Okay, I'm just it doesn't feel like show day to me right now. I'm just I don't know, I feel like I've been a daze this morning. I was at Nico's place and he was trying to wake me up and I was like, why are you trying to wake me up? Because he usually wakes up earlier than me to go to work. So I was like, why are you trying to wake me up with you right now? And I was kind of annoyed. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, it's show day. We have to leave.
It's one of my models. But we're fucking opening for the show and I'm not ready. Well, I'm barely doing anything. They're doing most of the work. So I'm excited for people to see it because I know it's cute. But generally, I think, also, I don't know what to do on stage. I modeled last year, but this year I'm I just stand up there hey, I made that. What else do I do? I say hi.
I'm here with my designer, Akil Raute.
Hi.
This is the look. This is for Akil's collection named Blue Light. This is another one, fun fact.
What's up?
This is Blaze.
We're feeling excited and scared and hopeful that everything will go all right.
It's
and
raining.
She's body chance won't fall apart.
They won't, but it's raining a little hard outside and that's a little scary.
Yeah.
But doors are open so people are filing in so they don't have to be wet anymore.
Yeah.
But we have to be wet soon. But still we rise.
Still we rise.
Still we rise. I love you, Mesh.
I'm feeling a little bit anxious, excited, and I don't know. This is my first time modeling, so I'm kind of whoa, and then also first time helping run a show too, so I'm a little bit frantic, and then also I'm opening for both sets, so I'm like a little bit worried about that. But I'm really happy because I have a lot of friends and family out there right now, and I think that's what's keeping me going.
I'm feeling nervous, but very, very excited, very happy, and very proud of myself. So, can't wait.
I'm so nervous. I feel like every pose I do is a little awkward, but you know what? My motto is I'm gonna have my glasses off when I walk. So my rule of thumb is if I can't see them, then they can't see me. So it just like all works out. But it'll be great. It'll be fun. Everything's gonna be good.
I'm chilling. I feel cool. You know, I did my first spark. I have to do my second one. Go home. Go to sleep. Model shit. Go to work in the morning. 10:15.
Let's go, Mesh! Let's go, Mesh! Yeah! Oh my god. Yeah, for sure. Put that at the very beginning. But yeah, everyone looks hot. Everyone looks so fun. My mom's here and she just texted me how cool everything is.
Yeah. I'm really nervous. This is my first runway with Mesh. First runway ever, actually. And so I'm very nervous, but I'm really excited. I love Ned's look and I feel so comfortable in it and so confident. So I'm so excited. My name's Ovia. I'm also really nervous, but I'm really excited.
Alright, who's ready?
Who's nervous? Who's scared?
Who's scared?
Who's terrified?
Who's feeling prismatic?
Welcome to Prismatic, Mesh's 2025 annual fashion show. My name is Ned Wojcik, and I'm your vice president.
Hi, my name is Amy, and I am Mesh's president this year. Thank you so much for making it out tonight. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Mesh as an organization, we are the University of Washington's fashion design student organization that began in 2021. Our core values are sustainability, accessibility, community, and creativity. This year, our organization prioritized delivering a wide range of educational programming, hosting more sewing one-on-one classes than ever before, as well as introducing collaborations with sustainable organizations like local designers, Remake Our World, and Unite Sustainability.
Starting from the ground up, one of our priorities is environmental sustainability. However, we cannot have this conversation without acknowledging the original caretakers of this land and how our institution, these buildings, and often our ideologies profit off of the displacement of indigenous peoples. We live, work, learn, and play on the traditional unceded lands of the Coast Salish peoples and pay homage to the Duwamish, Suquamish, Snoqualmie, Talala, Nisqually, and Muckleshoot tribes. We honor the original residents of this land and stand in solidarity with them against longstanding inequities and systemic oppression. Acknowledgement is only the first step, but is a way for us to help resist the erasure of indigenous histories while working towards inviting truth.
As occupants of this land, and as enjoyers of hobbies that feed what can unfortunately be an extremely polluting industry, we want to stress the value of conscious consumerism practices. This means looking for environmentally friendly materials, thrifting, investing in slow fashion, upcycling, recycling, bartering, and sharing clothes. Anything that can be done to help fight the environmental effects of the fashion industry and reduce waste. Tonight, a lot of the designs you'll see were made with secondhand materials.
So, without further ado, set one of Prismatic is titled Turquoise, embodying one of the three colors we chose to represent the glowing theme of the show.
When we were first ideating for this show, I really wanted the theme to somehow tie back to our very first show. Our very first show's theme was Enter the Dreamscape, and it was kind of about like opening up a new space, a new community, and welcoming all these like creatives into a new fashion design space at UW. And I think for Prismatic, it came from a theme of like mirrors, and for me, it felt a lot more like self-reflection. For the show, like I had mentioned before, I decided not to design for the show, and although my interest in fashion design came first before when we started Mesh, I feel like throughout the years, my passion and interest in kind of building community and mentorship has evolved a lot more. And so when I ultimately decided not to design, I think it came out of a kind of an idea that I wanted to, like I said, see how other people are growing and how other people are shining in their own way. And I think I really got to do that with Prismatic because it really did feel like self-reflection and taking a step back to give space to other people.
The collection interprets four defining elements of a floral arrangement. Through meticulous mediums of fabric manipulation, beading, embroidery, and layering, each look is made to personify a distinct feature deserving of love.
Please welcome Floral Love Letter by Nomish.
Complications, gone too soon. Wait, we was just hanging. I can't seem to hold on to. Dang, the people that know me best, the key that I won't forget. Too soon, I can't keep on losing you. I can't keep on losing you.
Too late, well, can't keep on losing. I run away so fast, but my heart like gold, but it break like glass. No, my shit
sân son thép vàng. Em đúng là làm dâu cho thiên hà. Em phải đẹp giỏi giang phải kiêu sa, mà đúng lúc nào cũng hết mức hiền hòa. Em đừng đi làm dâu cho thiên hà. Họ nói gì chả được nhưng em thương nhiều ha. Em vẫn đi flow mực tràn cưng chiều ha. Em bước qua bên đây từ chiều ha. Em bước từ giấc mơ, từ trong thơ ấu thơ của anh đời và mơ. Dù đôi khi đâu nên thơ, nhưng mà em đâu đi đọc hành. Làm tình và làm thơ, cho nên em mới hát từng vô một lần. Nhấc thân ra từng phút suy tư vui vầy, ném mông lung thần những cho đêm bụi mây. Yeah, yeah, em phải đi làm giàu, anh có ở đâu? No, 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 no.
assignment. It's not working, and you know what? It's fine. Like, if I have to walk the runway with this in my hand, I'm gonna do it because I'm a dedicated student and I'm a dedicated part of this club, and this means everything to me.
and we would like to invite them on stage so they can introduce themselves and what they do. Come. themselves and what they've done and what their position. Yes.
Hi, my name is Rashid. This is my second year in MESH, first year on board. I am the collaborations director and one of the lovely model leads. And all the beautiful over 50 models that you see and walk today, I've had the pleasure of seeing grow and grow in their confidence and their walk and everything. So one more applause, round of applause for the models.
I'm Abby, I'm the media director, so I run the photographers and videographers. It's my second year on board, third year on MESH, and I love it so much. I'm so grateful.
Hi, my name is Simon. I am the workshop director and co-set design lead. So all those beautiful murals you see over there and all the little hanging crystals are with our team. And they're,
Hi, my name is Ria. Admin director and also co-set design lead, and I'm super proud of our set design team for the beautiful set we have today. It's my first year on board and second year in MESH, so yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Tam. I am in charge of the magazine team, and we want to make sure that your looks are forever immortalized in paper, and that's what we do. If you guys are curious to see what we did last year, there's some magazines up by the merch table. I'm sure you've already looked. But yeah, this is my third year in MESH and my second year on board. I've been in MESH my whole entire college career, and I truly am so grateful that you guys are here to support. So thank you.
Hi guys, my name's Selena. This is my first year on board. Everyone has been so welcoming, and I've been in MESH for 2 years. And basically what I do is help promote all the events that are happening for the club. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nat, like the flag. I'm the finance director. This is my first year on board, but my fourth MESH fashion show, which is so sick. It's been since the beginning, and I'm so happy to see how much has grown. I'm so happy to see some other OGs in the crowd. Thank you all so much for being here. Yeah.
Before we let you guys go, I do have some final words to say. Ned and Amy are our president and vice president. They've been here since the very beginning of the club. The very Amy is the last founding member in the board team to still be here today. And fortunately and unfortunately, she is leaving us to graduate because she's done with college. We plan this a year ahead, actually a year, from the theme to the location, to how many models we have, to how many designers, and no one else has poured more blood and tears and sweat than Ned and Amy. They've taken countless sleepless nights, so many extra responsibilities that they don't need to take, and we're just so grateful to have you.
Talented, driven, bright. I don't know if it's a specific memory that reminds me, or that I think fondly of when I think of her, but I really truly love the way she greets people. That's something I think that's my favorite part about her, and something that sticks to me when I think of her as a favorite memory is just the immediate joy and how she hugs you when she sees you is so sweet.
and it makes you feel really like welcomed in her life. Oh, I was so sad. It was just like, I felt like they really needed the break. It had already been something that they both talked about, feeling super burnt out, and even though they love the club, there's only so much you can give before it eats into your personal life, and I completely understand, like, now that I'm in it. So I was super sad. Like, I honestly was kind of at a loss. I didn't know if I could live up to what they've already done, like the dynamic that they have together. A little worried that things were gonna go badly, but it's been good. I'm here now and taking it, reminding myself that because I've seen them do it so many times that I can also do it. I also definitely miss the energy. They give very brother and sister like banter in our meetings, and I feel like I'm very like, okay, let's get this done and then we can have fun.
As someone who is in their first year on board, you two have done so much to make me feel welcomed and making Mesh a home for me for this past year and also last year when I first entered. And I really don't know what I would do without the two of you on board next year. And I really love you two from the bottom of my heart. And you are what Mesh is to me, and you are what Mesh is to so many people. And your legacy will not be forgotten, and we will be carrying you with us wherever we go.
So with Ned and Amy leaving, it was definitely very difficult because at least for me, they were both such vital parts in me really getting comfortable being on Mesh board and just being in Mesh in general. And they provided such a safe and secure environment to really kind of just like integrate myself within that community. One thing that Ned and Amy really made sure of was that after they left, everyone else was still gonna be just fine with each other. They really focused on our dynamics between board members last year, and they made sure that we were less of a friend group, more of a family, and that's exactly how it is now. I love all my board members.
I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. Oh my god. I'm just thinking back to our first year, like, I remember meeting you, Amy, online because our first quarter was completely online. And then Ned, you were like one of the first models that I became friends with. And then you stopped modeling. Anyways, and Ned was Amy's model, if y'all didn't know, for the first year. Yeah, I mean, I can go on about how much I love y'all and how thankful I am. Genuinely can't imagine Mesh without you. Thank you.
I'm gonna start sobbing right now. So I'm a second year this year, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Ned and Amy last year in my freshman year, and they welcomed me. They just made me feel so welcome and encouraged my creativity. And as someone that didn't really have that space, like back in high school, Mesh really felt like home. And I'm gonna start crying. Oh my gosh. I'm really happy that I got to know you guys. And your legacy is really gonna live on. Like, you guys are what Mesh is.
I have so many, I feel like, with Amy. I'm really close to her, but I think earliest memory probably, I think I have two actually. For the expo, when she modeled some of Mochi Hanfu's collection of like Hanfus at the expo my first year. She like looked at me and she gave me a silly face. It was really silly. I have a video of that, but yes, she was just very silly that day. And then I think her birthday, when she invited me and Simon and we both went there and we were taking photos, I think that was definitely one of my favorite memories.
Okay.
for like, I feel like Ned was one of the first people I met from board. And like, I feel like I've learned so much from him because he started off like as a lead for set design, and then like I still go to him for so much. Like this whole like quarter, I've been like, hey Ned, how do you show this? Like, God, like, I feel like I've like gone through so much. I feel like I've gone so close to him this quarter, and like it feels so like so fast. Like I just got to know you, bitch. Why are you leaving? You know what I mean? And then Amy, like, you're like a mom. Like, no, like in a good way. You're like the maternal figure, like in this like club, because like we all look up to you. You're like the president for us. Like, wow, you're the only president I've known for this stuff. I'm sorry, other founders. I know Amy, and that's it. Sorry, but I love Amy. And yeah, so happy dad and mom. If you look at the
Okay, I was gonna talk before that, and sorry to keep you guys here longer, just a little bit longer. Yeah, as they've said, this club has meant so much to me in the past 4 years. I helped found it in my freshman year, and it's just been a constant in my college life. And so is Ned. We've been friends since like the first week of freshman year, and it's like so surreal that we're able to experience all of this together, like go through the years. Like he started out as my model, and then he became a designer, and then he got on board, and now we're the PvP duo. Hashtag #SunReligion25.
Describe Ned in 3 words. I'll leave the room.
What? Did you have to do this for me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, terrible. Just kidding. Okay, so 3 words. Honest. Very hardworking. That's 1 word. And just like real. I don't know. Ned will always keep it real with you. He kept it really real with me as my vice president. Honestly, the reason why I went into my senior year as Mesh president is because Ned became my vice president. Secret, I was actually super burnt out after my junior year and considered quitting Mesh. But obviously, that's not the best thing to say about Mesh. I think for me personally, yeah, I really wanted to invest more of my senior year into my creativity, and I think I was able to do that, but I thought I wouldn't be able to do that with the president role. And so I had a long conversation with Ned that summer, and we had basically decided that we will keep each other balanced and we will keep each other accountable. And that is why, you know, like, I'm so grateful that Ned decided that he wanted to be my vice president, because he truly kept me real, kept me balanced, and we were able to lead together and make Mesh less of a burnt out creative place.
Excited, ambitious, goofy. I think that the club can stand on its own now, and I think that it's been passed on to some wonderful people who will continue to take it in some beautiful directions. But I think that Amy really held it together for those first couple of years after the original board members graduated and then the second generation board members graduated. Like, she having that through line of Amy, and she puts in so much work for that club. I mean, being her vice president, it was like I had to like fight her to allow her to let me take some of the load off of her. She put in so much work to that club, as much as she puts in so much work to like everything in her life. And yeah, she held the weird mix of people together like glue for a lot of her time. So I think it could have been a completely different club without her.
Ned was saying he had to like fight you to get work.
A lot of times during meetings, Ned would be like, "Are you sure you want to do that on your own?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine." He's like, "Are you sure? Like, you know, I can literally just help you out with that." And I would be like, "Okay, like,
maybe. And then he would sometimes joke that like we would try to do something together and I would already finish it. And he would tell me, he would be like, you can't do that. Like, we have to do these things together. And I'm really grateful for that.
I'm gonna try to keep it short. But this club is just like, I've watched it grow since, you know, day zero. Like, we have some founding members in the crowd. They know how hard it was to start an organization from scratch, and to keep it going is honestly the hardest part. But I'm so lucky to have such an amazing community of people who are so passionate and dedicated to keeping this, you know, beautiful creative community alive. Yeah, thank you guys.
I feel like I'm being ungrateful because I'm not crying as much as Amy, but this is really sweet, guys. This club means so much to me. It's kept me alive for 4 years, and I love everyone in it so much, especially the wonderful, wonderful board team, both this year and the one from last year. You guys are amazing. This is really, really sweet, and yeah, my good words.
My fondest memories were from this show, because it was kind of the first time where we were like really officially kind of like partners in planning the show, and were able to kind of meet and talk about things and like write our script together and like fumble over writing a heartfelt speech and then give up altogether.
Well, yeah, I guess one thing that did make me panic was that Ned and I planned to write this like grand speech at the end of the show, and then neither of us, or like I wrote like a base, like I feel like 2 weeks before the show, and we were like, okay, we're gonna go back to it, we're gonna try to add in more personal things, and then I don't think we ever came up with a draft, so it was on the fly at the end of the show, but it went fine, so.
Okay, I guess I'll leave with some, well, do you have more? Okay, I guess I'll leave you guys with some words of encouragement. I really hope this club continues to flourish, you know, even after Ned and I leave. This club means so much to so many people that I hope you guys, you know, really keep going, really keep keeping the like creative spark alive. We have these amazing people who will still be here next year to lead this club with pride and strength.
I think future MESH members should just make sure that you have a good balance in life. Being creative is really hard for people sometimes because it just takes so much energy and so much effort in your life, and you need to remember that you can have a life outside of that too, and that burnout is real, so make sure how you balance your creative priorities and your other priorities like school. But I think, you know, it's always really good to invest in your creative side because you won't get a lot of chances like that outside of school. So while you can, definitely join MESH.
Be yourself. Do what the fuck you want to do. Enjoy the space that this club has. Make it your own. And do some cool shit. I don't know.
I think don't be afraid to go to that workshop, that modeling workshop, or sewing 101, or come to that general interest meeting, or even just apply for a team. I think for me, especially when I was a first year, I was super nervous to apply to a team or even just like go to that one info meeting, but just go to it. You really don't know until you try it, and honestly, like, MESH is just this community that's welcoming everyone, regardless of what you wear, what your fashion style is, what you want to explore fashion-wise. We're open to it all, and so you never know until you try it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was like trying to write the speech and I had to go back to our first year and watch what our founder wrote. But something she said that stuck with me is that, you know, I really hope to come back to UW, you know, in my, like, I don't know, 40s, and to still see the MESH fashion show running and alive, and having a creative community of just so many passionate people. So I really hope that, you know, those of you in the crowd who haven't been to a Mesh show before, please continue supporting us and please continue supporting the creative designers around you. Fashion is just like, it's honestly like, I feel like one of the hardest art forms, but it's so amazing to see so many people try it out and to love it. So please support the artists around you and please continue to support creative communities around you. Thank you. Hi Jaden. Hi Jaden, who's editing and looking at 20 hours of footage. Hey. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Look at that shit. 1 terabyte. Ah!
I honestly don't remember much. I think I lost so much sleep, I lost brain cells.
The microphone picked up that scratch.
Oh shit, okay.
What's his name? Pussy? And Adriana.
Can you quote that in the documentary?
What, I'm like Pussy? The character from the hit television show, The Sopranos. No, it could be Adriana. You said she had a nice ass. I was trying to say something nice about her because she's your friend.
You want to see how many bummies I have in my back seat?
I tried it earlier and it didn't do shit. Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's connected to if it's connected to
Just kidding. I fucking hate this. I've been like trying to like get this to work. Okay, anyways, it's just like, it's the only thing that's bothering me, but it's because everything else is working out perfectly and I'm just like, this one thing isn't working, so it's pissing me off, but at least like everything else is fine, you know?
Don't cheat.
This shit, bro, maybe it's because I'm hungry, but this is like a 9.8 out of 10.
Also, yummy. High tea.
Like, gotta catch that.
Oh my god. Okay, be careful in your knees.
My knees are doing great. Oh.
There's a little bit of a color, right? And then.
My roommates.
Go sit over there.
What did you
Just
guys
see
look
the.
through?
It's not on you. It's in you.
Damn, the windows are fogged up. We're getting freaky in here. Join MASH, you can also be freaky.